Hello, and welcome to Totally Approachable Yoga. I'm Christine. Thanks for joining me today. I'm trying something a little bit different. I don't have the mic clipped to me. I notice it makes a lot of background sound when it rubs against my clothing, or it sounds like I'm really out of breath. So hopefully this picks up the sound. Why don't we put it over here on the robot vacuum? Okay, so today I thought I would do a class focusing on props. You may have gone to a yoga studio and you see some props and maybe they're intimidating, or maybe you've used them and you love them. Um, there's no right or wrong way really to integrate them into your practice. I find them really helpful at times. Other times I find it too distracting. I'm worried where something is and I'm trying to align it. So I'm just going to kind of throw it in where I feel it's necessary, entirely optional. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a bathrobe tie sometimes works, or some kind of like long scarf. And if you have nothing, well, then don't use anything. A bolster pillow, this you've probably seen me use before, and you can use any kind of couch cushion. This is, in fact, an official yoga bolster, but you can use any firm, sort of oblong shaped pillow. And these are yoga blocks. I'm not sure what household thing you could use instead of this, because you do put your weight on it. So even if you had a box that was the same shape, it would probably collapse. Maybe you could use another pillow. I don't have a blanket. I do use a blanket in the yoga studio under my knees when we're in tabletop, because it hurts to be on just the mat and the wood floor. But here, since I'm on a carpet, it's okay. All right, let's get started. Let's get on our backs to start. And I'm going to use the bolster. I'm going to drape my legs over it, which helps to get my low back flat on the floor. All right. Let's start by taking some deep breaths. And you can close your eyes. Inhale. Blow it out through your mouth. Again. Let's do one more. Okay, let's start some gentle wake-up stretches. These aren't like official yoga poses, but I think it's a good way to warm the body up. And we're kind of already in this position. So as we inhale, let's bring our arms up and overhead. And as we exhale, lean them over and tap down. Again. And down. One more time. And back. Now we're going to integrate our legs. So bring both your knees into your chest. Let's do some gentle spinal circles. And put one leg back the way you had it. It can be straight out if you don't have a bolster. I'm going to leave my bolster there though. And inhale and bring your leg up. Now here is where a strap comes in handy. Of course, I already lost where mine is. So act like you're standing on the ceiling with that foot, and you can just pull your strap or your bathrobe tie, or use no strap at all. And as we inhale, let's open our leg to the side. And with your opposite hand, push down on the opposite hip. So you're trying to still keep your low back and both your hips grounded. So even though you could let this flop all the way over, we kind of want to do it with intention, and we don't want to totally go to our side. So that's where the strap comes in. Back up. And let's see if you can cross the body. This is murder on my tight hips, so probably means it's a good thing to do. And back up. And try to pull it sort of over your head, just to the point where you feel a little resistance. Okay, now that we know where we're going, let's try to coordinate that with some breaths. So inhale, right? Take it up. Inhale, cross the body. Up. And then inhale, bring it in the direction of over your head. I know it's not going over. And exhale. And let's keep the strap on because this is an easy way to do the transition. Put your other foot in and take the first foot out. Okay. So inhale. And let's repeat on the opposite side. So inhale, open. Exhale, up. Inhale, cross the body. And inhale overhead, keeping your opposite hip down. Let's try that again. Good. Cross. And good. Okay. You can shake loose your strap for now. And let's go back to some of those wake up stretches we were doing with our arms. So inhale, arms overhead. Now, as we exhale, bring the legs in. Inhale. Exhale. And you're not really doing a crunch, but you should have your core engaged. And one more time. Okay. Now, we can get up however you like. Sometimes I do that rock and roll thing where you sit up. It's a little tricky to do with the bolster, so I am going to hug my knees in and roll to the side. And push myself up. Okay. I'm going to scooch the bolster over here. We'll probably use it again later. And I'm going to face you. And now I'm going to use my blocks. Now, for this use of the blocks, you could just use like a pillow or some kind of maybe shoebox because it's really just like you're going to rest your knees on it. You're not putting your full body down. So let's put the soles of our feet together. And you can bring it out so it's kind of a loose diamond. It doesn't have to be tight in. We're just getting started. So you can have your blocks on whatever setting works for you. You know, if your hips are tight, your knees are tight, you want them here, that, or on the lowest one, or not at all. So we're going to inhale. And let's exhale and do a gentle twist. And back to the center. Inhale. And to the other side. Let's kind of butterfly our legs a little bit. The blocks are really just giving you support. I mean, there are some people who can open all the way up and have their legs down. I can't do that, and it sometimes can hurt if they're just kind of hanging out, and that's where the blocks come in. And it's kind of easier if they're almost like under your thighs. Okay. Inhale again, and this time forward fold. You exhale, and crawl your fingers forward. You don't have to get all the way down. Think more forward instead of down. Inhale while we're here. One more exhale. And come back up. Let's do some gentle neck rolls. And some shoulder rolls. Forward. Let's put our blocks near the top of the mat. I think we might use them later. You can tell I'm just making this up as I go, right? All right, let's do tabletops and cat and cow. Flex your feet, hands under your shoulders, and look forward. Inhale, drop your belly, widen your collarbone, flatten your feet, exhale, and roll up like a cat. Again. One more time. Come back to neutral. Bring your right foot back. Stretch out those toes. Kind of rock. And left hand forward like you're shaking someone's hand. We're going to inhale as we stretch and exhale as we crunch. Yeah. And bring it back to neutral. Other side. And back to neutral. I am going to bring the first foot back, the right foot, and we're going to swing our bottom leg to the back like a kickstand. And we're doing right now a modified side plank, and we're going to go into a modified half move. So this is where we're going to use our blocks. And in this case, they kind of just bring the earth up. So it might feel a little awkward to be this far down. You can have the block this way, or even on the highest side. So bring your top arm over, you're in a side plank. And we're going to do some crunches this way. So inhale and feet elbow together again. If you're feeling really strong, you can keep your leg lifted, or you can just bring it down. 2 and 3. And now lift up that leg, lift up that arm, widen your chest towards the ceiling, and we're doing a modified half moon. Very modified. You can tell my leg is not getting a lot of distance between it and the earth. But the block helps with the support. Okay, now let's do that on the other side. So I'm going to face that way so that my back is not to you. Let's see if I can make this happen. Okay. So we're going to stretch our left leg out, pivot the back one, like a kickstand. Get your strap out of the way and use your block. Modified side plank. Inhale, crunch. Inhale, crunch. Crunch. And now lift up that leg if you can. Flex your foot. Widen your chest open. Modified half. Good. Okay. Come back to tabletop and let's push up into down dog. Pedal out your feet. Come up on your toes and down. Yeah. 3 rounds of breath. Now, come up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of your mat. Come up halfway with a flat back, forward fold. You can also use your blocks here. Inhale all the way up. And hands to heart center, down and down. Stay here for a breath. Inhale up, swan dive down, halfway up with a flat back. Plant your palms. Again, you can use your blocks if that helps you. Bend your knees and step back into plank. Lower your knees if this is too much on your low back. Inhale and come all the way down to your belly, slow as you possibly can. Widen your hands, they can be on the blocks. Tighten your fingers if you need, and we're going to come up into a gentle wide cobra. And from here, we're going to kind of dance this out a little bit. Stretching our shoulders, we're moving slowly back to center, come all the way down, and come back to child's pose. Inhale. And forward. Tabletop. Down dog. Let's do that again. Inhale. Come up on your toes. Exhale, bend, look forward. Step, hop, jump to the front of your mat. Halfway for a flat back. Fold forward. And all the way up. Hands to heart center. And in. Out. Inhale up. Dive forward. Again, halfway up with a flat back. Pull back your shoulders. Bend your knees. Plant your palms. Step back into plank. Inhale. Come down. Now you can do a larger back bend if you want. Up dog, meaning only the front of your feet is on the ground. Straight. Or you can do that cobra we did before. And then look over your toes. Come to down dog. Or you can come through tabletop, child's pose, and end in down dog. Let's rest here for 3 breaths. Now, inhale on your toes, bend your knees, and step forward to the mat. And this time, we'll just roll up. Okay. Let's use those blocks some more. All right. So, step to the middle of your mat. Point the right foot out, your left foot in. We're going to inhale, arms to a T. Reach as far as you can. And then down to a block. You've heard me say this when we do triangle. You can come to here. Some people can get their hand all the way to the ground. But the important thing is to be open and flat, not bending forward. So the block can help you achieve that. And from here, we can do a full half moon. We did the modified one on the ground. So move your block a little, like a foot diagonally to the right foot. Bend that knee and come up into half moon. Flex the raised leg. And if you're brave, you can lift the hand up off the block for a minute, or a second, more like it. Okay. Let's do a star pose and a goddess, just to become more equal again. And now we're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So, left toes out, right toes in, arms to a T. Inhale. Reach as far as you can. Hopefully your block is in your hand. Mine it's not. And then you can come down to the ground for triangle pose. And from here, bend your front knee so that you can adjust your block and lift up. And think more about lifting up and opening, not jumping into the block or the ground. Allow your half moon. Up if you're brave. Gently with grace, come down to center. Inhale. Goddess. And from here, hands on your knees. And let's kind of mimic that swaying we did on the ground when we were in Cobra to stretch out our shoulders. And you could go one step further and start stretching your legs into kind of a moving, modified Skandasana. Okay. Let's come down to the ground. I think that was a pretty good intro on some different ways you can use props. There are some other poses. You might have seen dancer pose. Maybe we'll work on that in a future video. It's kind of tricky, but you can use the strap to sort of pull your leg up behind as you're standing. For now, I'm just going to get my strap out of the way. And I am going to reintroduce my bolster. And come all the way down to my neck. And let's do Shavasana with our legs over a bolster. You can actually put your legs over blocks as well if you want. And inhale, exhale. Take an inventory of your body. We didn't do it at the beginning to see where we started and where we ended up, but hopefully you feel a little more grounded. We did nothing too powerful, but we did get our heart rate up a little bit and learned how to use some props. So at this point, I always recommend set a timer or put on a favorite song or two and just relax into your Shavasana. If you have any intrusive thoughts that come in while you're doing your Shavasana meditation, I won't say put them out of your head because I don't think that's realistic. I would say put them to the side and deal with them later. So thanks for joining me. Please like and comment below. Where did I put the remote? Thanks so much for joining me. Totally Approachable Yoga. Bye. Namaste.